Look, thank you for coming, David. I appreciate it. Lots of things going on at the chamber. I feel like I've lived with you for the last 2 days, and
Well, you have
various ribbon cuttings. And I asked you today, and I think it was just kind of interesting. How many events do you do? And I think the number is 120,
129.
129. I didn't mean to shortchange you on that, but 129 days, and there are about 200 work days in the course of a year. So. That's a high percentage.
Well, it is. And what triggered it every year, the Triangle Business Journal publishes the top 25 chambers in the greater Triangle area, which we are in.
Right.
And we usually are fifth or sixth or something like that.
Okay.
So in June, early July, they start getting the data. And they operate based on a fiscal year. So they want the data from this particular year from July 1, June 30.
Okay.
And I asked Taylor and Jordan, I said, come up with a number of events. And they, within 5 or 10 minutes said 89. And I thought, good Lord, no.
Maybe, I believe maybe ribbon cuttings.
Well,
alone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, no wonder we're always... seems like we're on a perpetual treadmill.
Yeah.
Well, so we send that number in with other data, membership numbers and all that. We came in sixth again this year, which is great.
Yeah.
Behind Raleigh, Durham, Cary.
That's right.
That kind of thing.
Apex. I mean, these are larger towns than we are, so you would expect more.
Yeah. And, of course, Katrina, when she saw the numbers, she's not happy, which is a good thing. But anyway.
Yeah.
A day later, she calls me and she said, we were off on that number. And I said, how far? Thinking south.
Yeah.
She said, it's 129. I went, good Lord.
Right.
So we're adding to the staff as a result because we like to do things like you do here, Top Shelf.
Well, let's go. Look, you're a barometer of what's going on economically. In fact, Alan Matthews and Norris Tolson, who act as economic developers for the city, are embedded at the chamber. So, tell us, what are you seeing in terms of membership drives, and how many people are showing up, and what are you feeling? I mean, you're kind of on the heartbeat, the pulse of it.
Our events, if they're any indication, are strong.
Right.
And this is not the salesperson side; it's reality.
Sure. No. Right.
And the investment, whether it's in restaurants or industry expansion, is incredible. Do we have our challenges here? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're living under a rock, you know about it. But you start out at Cummings, they're spending between $700 and $800 million on plant expansion.
Right.
And if I came in here today and said, Mayor, I've got great news. We've got a plant coming into Rocky Mount. They're going to spend $800 million on it. They're going to employ X number of people. We'd be, instead of bottles of water, popping champagne corks.
That's right. We'd be doing a parade downtown.
And this is their largest operation they have globally.
Right.
And it says, we're expanding in Rocky Mount. We believe in Rocky Mount. We've had 2 ribbon cuttings this week.
Right.
Both of them, I would say conservatively, we had between the 2 of them close to 400 attendees.
Oh,
these were early morning, 8:30 yesterday, 9 o'clock this morning.
That's right.
And it's good.
No, it is good. It's good to see. And, talking about, Cummins in particular, in the companies that I own, we always have this phrase we recruit the keepers, right? And those, who gets ignored is that person who's been employed with you for 10 years or 20 years or 25 years. You spend so much time and energy trying to get new people in that you often forget those folks. They're the ones who brought you to the dance. They're the ones who built your brand. They're the ones that, the infrastructure is built off of. And so you have to go out and re-recruit those folks.
And we count on those people, and we count on those industries day in and day out.
And Cummins is one of those people for us.
And Body Knoll is another
That's
one.
exactly right.
Let's
not go to the names. We're going to fall way short of this. But, But the point is, we do need to be re-recruiting those keepers, and when you see them reinvest in the community, that's tremendous.
It is.
Really.
It speaks volumes.
Yeah.
We've got so much going on. We've got opportunities. There are a lot of things in the pipeline that we're working on that we can't discuss.
No, I know, and I'm pretty excited about some of those.
I'm real excited about some of them, and they're transformational.
Right. Right.
And I really feel very strong.
Yeah.
We're going to land a couple of these.
Look, it's shots on goal. You're going to get a certain percentage of them.
Oh, yeah.
We are seeing a lot. I know I'm talking to Bob. I know talking to your folks or our folks at your place. And there's a lot of activity, a lot of energy, and it is exciting. And I think it's going to roll out.
And I'll tell you something that's really nice happening.
Yeah.
We're communicating the three economic drivers here.
Right.
Carolinas Gateway Partnership,
Mm-hmm.
Nash Economic, and the Chamber.
Right.
And we're communicating a lot more than we have in years past.
Right.
Because, Sandy, when industry is looking to expand or come here, they don't look at lines. They don't look at county lines.
Right.
They don't look at city limit sign. They look at the area. They look at the workforce. They look at the proximity to where they need to ship things out of, how they can get goods in and out of an area.
Right.
With the schools like Nash and Edgecombe Community College, North Carolina Wesleyan University, where they supply us with a trained workforce. We're close to NC State, the RTP.
Right.
I mean, we're just
right. No.
We're in a great place.
Well, we got a lot of tailwinds for sure, and we got really got a lot of opportunity. But there's a lot of negativity on social media. Are you seeing the impact from that in terms of recruitment of businesses or to the area, and even with businesses that are part of the chamber?
A little.
So, what does that look like?
Well, again, these groups that come in here and look at traffic counts. Right. The 336, the property at the new interchange between proposed I-87 and 95.
Sure.
We have 70 million vehicles go by there annually. They're projecting DOT close to 100 million by 2030.
Right.
Now, there's not another piece of potential retail, open, fresh, virgin space on I-95 north to south. Mm-hmm. These people look at where they can make $1.
Of course.
And we are just in an unbelievable space. Wake County, the Triangle, is growing east. Mm-hmm. They're out of space, mm-hmm. and they're coming in this direction. It does affect us, and I wish some of these people would, instead of trying to throw us an anchor to sink, would try and help where they're needed the most.
Sure. No, I'm with you on that. It is a drag back. There is an irony to me when folks downplay Rocky Mount or downplay the area. I think they believe that they're hurting specific individuals. And I get a lot of arrows too, but instead what you're doing is you're hurting the community as a whole. And so, politics, people change, and leadership, that happens every day. We've got processes for that and the transition to occur. And that's just go out and vote. But, the promotion, the long-term promotion does have impact, I think, on our community. And,
and
that's what I was asking. I think you would feel that probably more than I do. So
we do. And a lot of what we had going on was in the pipeline.
Right.
But we're still working a lot of new activity.
Right.
And if we don't get something, we go back and do our due diligence on it or debriefing.
Right.
And most of the time, it's a location or financial reasons that they chose somewhere else.
Right.
But this doesn't help. And these folks who've invested a lot of money, just like what Raising Cane did yesterday, several $1 million. Right behind you on Gray Street, the Renaissance. Yeah. A lot of money's invested. You're hurting those people, and you're hurting the people who work there.
Right.
So, be mindful of that.
Well, yeah, I just was curious. I've kind of taken this informal poll. And so, I know that, in my past and, professional life and expansion, I rarely ever paid any attention to what was going on locally.
These folks are looking at what they can make.
I was looking at did the market exist and could I find employees? And if the market existed and I could find employees, then we felt like we could probably make it work. And, and we're generally successful with that. But it is interesting. It is about people living in the community that make it work.
It does.
My daughter was telling me, she's a realtor in town. Right. When I took over as mayor, this is just a barometer, 62% of our housing stock was in the rental market. And that number has now moved down to 51%.
That's wonderful.
Well, it is wonderful. I mean, that shows that people are actually investing in the community. Maybe they're not as vocal, but that's what we've been needing, and so that's a great thing to see.
And they're building they're building their own wealth when they own their home.
That's right. That's right.
And they're also saying, look, I'm establishing my roots here.
That's right.
I'm going to be part of the community. This is great.
That's right. And it's affordable community, and there are lots of the good things happening here, and. So
it is.
So what else is going on? What's going on locally in the chamber? What you got coming up that we need to be talking about?
We've got, of course, one of our most favorite events is it's non-business. It is all fun. It'll be our 32nd or 33rd annual oyster roast.
Yes, sir. I look forward to it every year.
And, it's not just oysters. We've got shrimp. We've got chicken strips.
Yep.
We've got some of the best daggone catfish you'll ever sink your teeth in.
Mm-hmm.
We've got great music. We've got beverages from A to Z. And it's at Smith's Pavilion, which is a perfect site. We'll have use of the indoor facility. Mm-hmm. We'll have a tent outside where you'll eat, and I think that's 140 feet by 40 feet.
It's plenty big.
It's a monster.
It's plenty big.
And last year we had one of our largest turnouts.
Yeah. Long
time, and we're gunning for 600.
Is that right?
Attendees.
What is the max that you've had? 600. I'm assuming it will be the all-time high.
It will. We nipped right at it. We sold like 650 tickets.
Sure.
But not everybody.
That's right.
Something comes up, whatever. But we should exceed that. And it's something, there's no business.
Right.
We don't talk about anything. At some point, I welcome you. I'm owning off the stage in 45 seconds. Yep. They don't want to hear anything. They want to socialize.
That's right.
And have a big time.
That's right.
In December, the first part of December, we have our economic forum, the first Tuesday, which I do think is December 1.
Right.
And then we transition into the new year with our Ag Forum and annual meeting, Women's Leadership.
Well, you got the treasurer coming up.
We do.
Next
coming up
week,
on
I
the
think.
12th.
Yeah, the 12th.
And we've got Taylor told me today, maybe 3 seats left. Maybe.
Okay. I'm surprised you have any.
Well, we may not at this point. And we're having it at the Gateway Convention Center. And you remember that was a facility that's recently been really rebirthed.
Sure.
And it's all right off Winston Avenue.
Right.
Near Doubletree. They've done a great job. So we're gonna show the treasurer, a top shelf venue.
Well, that's great. And how many people are scheduled to be in attendance?
It's limited to 65.
65. Okay.
65.
I got you. So, and when is the oyster roast? I don't think you gave us a date on that.
Oyster roast is the 15th. The easiest way to remember it, 15th of October, is the third Thursday.
Third Thursday. Okay.
We do that every year.
But if we're trying to get 600, we need to give everybody all the information they need to get there.
Long runway. And it is, I promise you.
Yeah.
There's nothing like it, and it's a great time. There's plenty of parking.
Well, look, everywhere you've had that's been fun. You've had it at the Mill. You've had it at Smith's. But I will say that last year at Smith's, there's so much room there.
There is.
And the parking, it flows probably as well as anywhere you've ever done it, if not better.
I think it does. And we had outgrown Rose Hill in the late Mayo body.
Yeah.
And
that was fantastic. Loved it out there. Who doesn't love going out to Rose Hill?
My goodness.
Yeah.
And, Mayo said, David, the good news is you got a lot of people here. The bad news is you've outgrown it. So this, and, Bruce and his family were doing that. So the timing and the meal was so good to us.
Right.
And so we went out, Smith's, and it just has worked like a charm.
That's fantastic.
They're so easy to work with.
Yeah.
And, it's just easy place. And we've got a great caterer out of Edenton, and they come in, they know what to do, they know us,
right?
They know how we want it,
right?
And it's just
32 years. If you haven't run it smooth by now, you're not going.
You got a real problem.
Who will be the entertainment there this year?
Do
you remember?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
Taylor could tell you.
That's all right. I kind of caught you off guard there.
You did. I'm focused on the food, and I'm focused on the other parts.
Yep.
She does the hard stuff.
Sure.
She does the heavy lifting.
Well, so what are you seeing kind of as you look at the future of Rocky Mount, the good, the bad, the ugly, general directions? Where do you think we're headed? Where do you think we ought to tweak? Maybe where we're off a little bit. I mean, do you have any opinions on that? I mean, I'd love to hear them. Yeah.
One is downtown, obviously.
Sure. Yeah.
And the downtown is important because when we do bring people in here, they want to see everything.
Right.
The mill is a great asset. We've got so many wonderful assets, but the beauty of the downtown facilities is incredible. We've just got to get developers who will come in and take like a whole block,
Right.
and make it work. We need to look for ways to make it happen, not roadblocks. I think that's a real strong priority.
Right.
Our parks, we have great parks. I'd like to polish them somehow because parks and the arts are the soul to people. And when you're coming in from other communities to consider relocating here or moving a business here, they look at things like that for the families. And we've got great bones for our parks. I mean,
we do.
Wonderful locations, wonderful assets.
A lot of them tied to the Greenway, which is a wonderful feature that we have.
Goodness, I take the Greenway I take my bike on there quite often. It's wonderful.
It is.
And that's a real asset. And we need to highlight things like that. So I think, I'd like to see us focus on code enforcement on cars that have been abandoned.
Right.
In litter like all communities have, but I don't want us to be like all communities. I want us to be above that.
Sure.
And some of that's, I think our citizens can help with that a great deal. I'm pleased to say the Chamber has adopted a large part of Hammond Street.
Okay.
And our ambassadors take that once a month and go out there.
Well, I'll quit throwing my trash out on Hammond Street.
Please do. But, we've got, where we have deficiencies, we've got great bones.
Right.
But there's so many really good things. Our YMCA, South Rocky Mount Rec, our tennis facilities. We've got a lot of great things. The relatively new Rocky Mountain High with the stadium, the tennis courts.
Right.
We've got a lot of assets. We just need to build around them and, give some attention to some that need attention to.
I couldn't agree more. One of you talk about downtown and redeveloping it. You're right. It's important to people to have a downtown. Not that everybody goes all the time, but it is, and ours is looking a little hollow. And Lord knows we've spent a lot of money and time. It's not for lack of effort.
No, it's not. I tip my hat to the city for swinging the bat. We just hadn't hit the ball. So on that point, here's what I haven't quite understood. We do have 8,000 people show up many weekends for events at the event center, whether it's cheerleading competitions, volleyball competitions, basketball, and the list goes on. And it's utilized, and there's a lot of traffic down there. But I haven't really seen that translate into either pop-up businesses or long-term businesses downtown. And I haven't quite figured out that. And do you have any sense of what that is? Because that's a lot of people. I do think that second block up hurts us a little bit. And now places like Scoops that have opened, now they're a lot more aggressive than others have been in that first block of Douglas. They're great people. I got to give them a shout out for their hot dogs and their ice cream and milkshakes. They're really good.
Do they have hot dogs? I don't think I knew
they
that.
got good hot dogs.
Okay,
they got really good hot dogs.
I'll have to check that out then.
But they've gotten out, but I'm like you, people want to get out. They want to move around.
Right.
There are thousands that come in on weekends all year long.
Yeah.
It's not a seasonal thing.
Right.
And they come out, they spend money, but I don't know why we're missing that. I don't understand that.
Well, I've been trying to figure out that piece of the puzzle too. Now, I understand some of the development. It's difficult to get senior lenders.
It is.
Banks to loan money when you have no comps out there. And so the city has put together a assortment of grants to try to enhance the capital stack to allow folks to get to that place. But it has, just like I said, it just hasn't quite taken off like I would have hoped that it would. And that's just been a surprise to me. And
it has, especially with the event center.
You don't have to be open Monday through Sunday. You can open Thursday, Friday, Saturday whenever the event center's open.
And have a long start and a strong finish. But the event center has so many things that you can do at the same time in there.
Right.
And if people haven't been in there, they really are missing something.
Yeah.
It is like a Swiss Army knife.
No question about
you
it.
can have 6 or 7 events going on at the same time. We've used it a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful facility, and it brings revenue into Rocky Mount with the hotels, the dining,
Right.
some shopping, that and our ball fields.
Right.
My goodness, those are real assets to the community.
I think the economic impact of the ball fields alone on the city is somewhere in the neighborhood of $20-25 million.
I don't doubt it.
It is amazing, and even like winter baseball. I mean, those things are being utilized a lot. And I don't mean to say downtown's not working, because that's not true. We got a couple redevelopment projects that are happening in various stages. So I'm excited to see that. We also have the event center that's bringing in a lot of folks, but and it's cleaned up a lot. I mean, even in the last 15, 20 years. 20 years ago, downtown was a bleak looking place.
It was.
And we have several new restaurants. Have you tried the new Filipino restaurant?
Yes.
That's become
That
one of my favorites.
Really special.
Yeah.
And they have a passion.
They do.
They really are passionate about that food. It's not, that's a great experience.
Of course, I have no idea what I'm ordering on it. And I keep trying different things, and I haven't had anything that was bad.
It all tastes good to me.
Same thing is true at Lazee's, the Indian restaurant. I go there, I don't really know what I'm ordering, but
that's all right.
It's all been fantastic. And same with the seafood restaurant busting a gut, and. So we are seeing some traction.
We're seeing some really good restaurants open down there.
And I'm hopeful we get another 2 or 3, 4 more, create that critical mass for people who want to be able to come in.
They can go down and select it, and if you get an Italian restaurant down there or something else.
Right.
And they all seem to try and help each other.
Right.
I noticed when we did the ribbon cutting, for the Filipino restaurant, that the others were there. And, Loremo's done a great job.
They have.
That.
You know what? I didn't.
Their
See, this is the problem. You start listening out people.
Yeah. Their destination, now, Tarboro and South Washington, and an old bank building, and they've got a tremendous following.
Yes.
And there's nothing really that much around them. So you're going there.
It's a passion for a lot of people. You're right, absolutely right. I see folks from Edgecombe community over there. We're doing homework to businessmen meeting and having conversation, and and it's close enough. I'll walk it when I can.
Oh yeah, we use it. We use it fairly often.
Yeah, we do too.
And
really
Kevin does a great job with it.
In fact, he catered the thing today.
He did. He's the first one that showed up with boxes.
Yeah,
but he's done a good job. So it does show there are opportunities. He's not on a high traffic count.
That's right.
He's again a destination. So it can be done, but you've got to have a passion. You've got to do it right. And I think the restaurants that are down there, from one end of Main Street going back into Washington Street, I think they all have that now. I think it's a different group than we've had before.
I feel like that's right, and I feel like that's right. And look, they've been consistent in the hours that they're open. And those were that first wave not so consistent, and I think that was some of the challenges. And of course, again, we got some redevelopment going on down there. I think we're going to see some more stuff. I'm pretty excited by it, but it's just going to take some time.
Well, we do, and I think we've got good bones.
Yep.
You look at your office complex that you purchased. It's beautiful. It stands out. It looks great at night with the lettering.
Right. Thank you.
Our churches look great.
They do.
City Hall looks great.
It does.
And, we've got the Helen P. Gay Historic Train Center, which we're located in, the grassy common in front that's used for a lot of it. There are a lot of good things we just need to add to it.
Well, the facade grants have generated a better facade on the main streets, if you will.
Yes.
I mean, we still have some challenges with a couple of buildings, but on balance, it's looking a lot better.
A whole lot better. We just need to get some more folks in there, more folks downtown.
And we got a couple more hotels coming on that Winstead Avenue extension area, so that's good. Just again, a lot of great things that are happening.
Well, the hotels that you're referring to and the ones that are out there now, most of them are new, have either been completely renovated. They're a byproduct in a lot of cases of the athletic events.
Oh, no question.
That we have at the event center, the ball fields.
No question.
Also business.
No question.
Coming in, the corporations that we have here. And so all these things fit. So
Yeah.
let's don't throw that proverbial baby out with the bathwater.
No, not at all. In fact, we do need a hotel in Edgecombe County. I got to throw that
We
out.
do.
That's been a constant refrain. But I do want to point out to people because they don't, when you look at it, you have a combination of travelers off of 95. So the first exit is that Winston
It is.
Avenue. You have the hospital, which draws a lot of people into town
Absolutely.
overnights as well. And then, of course, because that's where the concentration of hotels are, that, the sport, anything else, it just adds to the occupancies there.
And I know Allen tries awfully hard to
Yeah.
recruit throughout the city. But
Sure.
a group comes in, people don't understand it, and I realize that.
Right.
And I totally understand it, that they probably know more about the community that they're looking at than the people they're going to talk to.
They know where they'll make their business successful.
Right. And they know what pieces of property they want.
That's right.
Or where they want it. And, it's going to have to be some kind of positive surprise for them not to,
That's right.
to end up there. So we sell them on the community. We try and encourage them in certain places to go.
Right.
But when you've got the traffic count and that's what they're looking for, we can't just say, okay, XYZ, we've got you and you're going to go over here.
Right.
It just,
No, it doesn't
unfortunately,
work
that way.
Well, or you got to create that destination, right? You've got to have that
Right.
one person who's going to come up with that boutique hotel that's going to create such a unique experience that people are going to seek that location out.
Absolutely.
And that would work great downtown.
Post office would be wonderful.
Sure,
for
it
that.
would be. There's several sites, but it requires that special entrepreneur and hotelier
Yeah.
who understands how to make that happen and to be able to partner up with them.
And has to have the patience to
Well,
do
I
it.
mean, again, look at Lorema. That was, I won't say a slow start. I haven't looked at his numbers, but I can tell you this: there are a lot more people there today than there were at the very beginning. And I was hopeful.
Well, it's giving him an opportunity to
That's
expand.
exactly right. That's exactly right. Well, look, we're down to our last minute or so. So, what are your passing thoughts or your last thoughts that we need to communicate?
Well,
here?
I know this is an age-old adage,
Yeah.
but I think our best days are ahead of us.
Of course.
I really do. I'm grateful for what everybody's trying to do. We're going through some challenges, but if it was easy, we wouldn't appreciate the wins when we get them.
Well, that's true. And I'll also harken back to you look at the stock market, right? Intraday, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. You're looking for the trend. You're not looking for each individual up and down, peak and valley.
No, if you do, you'll be in a rubber room in 2 or 3 days.
Amen to that.
So, this is a good analogy, like a stock market.
Yeah.
But Rocky Mount has been a wonderful city since 1867.
That's right.
We have a lot of assets. We've got great people.
That's right.
And we'll get there. We'll come out of this a stronger community. I'm convinced of that.